build your wholesale business if you're looking into wholesale. Facebook, YouTube, iTunes, what's going on? We're talking about what is wholesale real estate. You're following me probably because you're in marketing, network marketing, any of those things. You're following me for any of those multiple reasons. Congratulations to you because the information I'm going to be sharing with you today, it's a massive one. Okay, it's a massive one. It's essential. Wholesale real estate, wholesaling real estate is the way that I came into the business. Okay, and I had a good time within my first 3 years as an entrepreneur. Back in 2004, towards the ending, um, my pastor's wife, I just graduated from my master's program at the time, and she just randomly said, "Why don't you do some real estate? Why don't you get into real estate, like invest?" I'm like, "What?" And she was like, "Yeah, like I think she had been listening to some guru stuff or something like that on the late night TV show." And I started to dig in through it, and then I had a friend who was actually, along with his mother, was already purchasing some real estate. And I was like, okay, let me ask him some questions. I was like, yeah, yeah, I'm actually looking to do that. We were both graduating around the same time. I was graduating from, I think it was graduating from computer science. I was graduating from computer engineering, fresh out of college. I was still working a part-time job at FedEx at the time. And I started to look in, and the first event I went to was in, I think it was November or December of 2004. And I went to the event, and I had a bad credit out of college, so I was like, I'm not going to be able to purchase real estate if I don't have good credit. And the loan officer was like, "No, yes, you can." Of course, they all say yes, you can, right? It's complete lies. They're probably going to plug me in on a on a credit fixing program or try to get me to. But again, knowing what I know today, I know that even if you have a bad credit, there are all kind of different ways you can plug in into learning real estate, which is what I eventually did. In around February of 2005, I ended up at a program, at an event here in Edison, New Jersey, Raritan Center. I remember vividly, and I ended up spending $200 to attend a free weekend. It was a free event, and then they sold me on a $200 $200 event, 3 days, and I went to $200, and then they upsold me. They upsell me on a $3,000 program. I didn't have the money. My same friend that I told him that I asked him questions before, I just offered to make him a partner, and he allowed me to use his credit card, and then I bought the program. Then there was only one little tip that I got from that program, and that tip was to join a local real estate investor association. At the time, it was a pretty it wasn't new, but it wasn't as saturated as the market is today. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how saturated the marketplace is right now. Um, you need to set yourself apart. I'm going to tell you right now, you need to set yourself apart. If you don't set yourself apart in this game of real estate wholesaling, if you're doing it like everybody else, or like they're teaching everyone else to do it, if you're doing it that way, you have a very high chance of failure. So when you're coming into the game of wholesaling real estate, you got to start thinking. You got to start thinking hack. How can you hack the game? Because think about it. If everybody is trying to do the game the same way, then there's too much supply of people, newbies in the game. There's a big enough place in the sky for everyone to fly, honestly, at the end of the day. But I'm going to tell you, just like in any business, you need you need to be looking at this as understanding that this is a game. Okay, you need to understand it's a game, and you need to understand that you need to learn it and how to do it properly. Okay, you need to learn how to do it in a way that you won't be count amongst the battalions. Okay, you won't be count amongst the multitudes. You need to be unique. Something has to be unique about it for you to win in the real estate wholesaling game today. And that's what I want to talk about. Okay, the 2000 in 2008, 2008/9, I completely got wiped out along with everybody else in the game. and I didn't lose money because I had no properties under my personal name. I had flipped over closing on 40 properties at that time, made some really good money. I had a total sales altogether of the transaction about more than $3 million. But at the time, I it was my first rodeo. Okay, I think that's how it said, right? And I didn't even know what it means to be in a recession. I had no idea. I mean, I came into the game. I hustled for 1 year straight, 2004/5. By 2005 December, I closed my first deal. It was 10 grand. I bought a car for 5 grand. I spent the rest of the money, and then 2006, back to back closing from all the marketing work I did in 2005. And then towards the end of 2006, I slowed down on my marketing. Big mistake. Okay, if you're in the game of entrepreneurship, you don't slow down on marketing. You just don't do that. Okay, you don't stop marketing because you're having success. But guess what? I did. I stopped marketing, and it was a bad idea. But I kept making money. I kept making money. I was getting referrals. But when the recession hit, guess who are the first people to get hit when recession hits? People that don't market, people that don't have a pipeline. And that's what I want to talk to you today. If you're in the wholesale, if you're trying to get into wholesaling real estate, the gurus are teaching you right now to start spending money on direct mailing, to start spending money on bandit signs. They're teaching you all this old school stuff. And you and I know that they're not working. If you've tried it, you know they're not working for you. As a matter of fact, the old school marketing, direct mailing is not working as good as it used to work for the gurus. But the gurus have deep enough pocket to continue to do it a little bit longer than you. It's only a matter of time before it catches up to them as well. All right, it's only a matter of time. So the steps I'm going to share with you here today, it's all three steps that's just broken a little bit into a little understandable pieces where you too can run away with this and leverage it in your business. Okay, you too, you can run away with this, and anything, all the secrets I'm going to share with you here today, you can apply in any business, by the way. But I'm going to be using real estate wholesaling business as a reference point. Does that make sense? A lot of people get into the real estate wholesaling game without understanding the fundamentals of running a business, right? Some of them, like me, make even quick money. They make very fast. They close their first deals, but then 6 months, 7 months down the line, everything slows down, and then they're wondering what happened, right? And then they wonder what happened. Like, what happened? What happened was like you didn't learn the game. You didn't learn the game properly. You got lucky, and you can't build your business around luck. We can get lucky to a certain point. We can use luck as a this is a it's a sizable part of our success formula. I'm going to be honest with you. I call it favor. Okay, personally, in my personal life, I call it favor. However, there's some fundamentals about this game that you need to learn, okay, about the game of entrepreneurship, about the game of running a business. And a real estate wholesaling business is nothing other than entrepreneurship and building the business. If you are building any type of private practice or business, such as a professional business like real estate wholesaling, and you don't learn marketing, you're going to fail. Okay, you're not a wholesaler, you are a marketer. That's the number one thing you need to master. That's something you need to ingrain into right the back of your brain and make it stay there permanently. You are not in the game of real estate, you're in the game of people. You are in the business of people. Okay, and that takes me to the next slide over here that I'm going to break down with the reference point, using reference point of the wholesaling business. So if you're in another business and you're not in wholesaling, you can just follow along and just apply the same concept to your business. And if you understand this, it's literally 3 steps that's broken down a little bit further into about 7 steps. If you understand this, you will win in the game of entrepreneurship. And hopefully that makes sense to you. Hopefully that makes lots of sense to you. All right, so the 3 steps is this. 3 steps is this. Okay, you're in the business of people. I told you that. Okay, something we call 3 P's. And if you watch the profit on if you watch the profit on CNBC, you know what the 3 P's are already. It's product, people, and process. Okay, so There is in fact a product in the game of real estate, and that's real estate. It's properties, right? You're flipping properties, you're moving properties. People that can move money and properties the fastest can make the most money. Okay, I didn't say the people that own the most properties. Okay, it's two different things. I didn't say the people that own the most properties, right? I didn't say the people that knock on the most doors. Okay, I said the people that move the most money, and real estate, pieces of real estate properties are the people that make the most money. If you can move them, if you can facilitate deals, okay, you're the person that's going to make the most money, even if you never own a real estate in your life. Something I really got very, very good at, okay, something I really got very, very good at when when I got in the game was moving these properties. Okay, I didn't even know what I was doing, but I was doing it. I knew that I needed end buyers, and I knew that I needed to create deals. I was creating deals so fast that I eventually learned that, oh, I need to flip them, right? And I learned from a mentor. You know, the first real estate meeting that I went to, which was the only tip I got out of that $3,000 program. Um, I met two mentors. Okay, I met Bob and I met Anthony, and they showed me the ropes. Bob was my mortgage banker. He was getting my deals closed fast. Anthony was a mentor who was doing the same thing I was doing, but he was willing to take my deals, work me through it, teach me everything, and close the deals. Right. So essentially, I was moving properties. Okay, but you get to a point, just that simple. The way I just did it simply, it's not going to work anymore. When you get to a point, you need to learn the mechanics and how to press what button do you press, and that's what I want to share with you here today on this very quick video. Okay, so there are three P's, right, in the business: product, people, process. Okay, so we know the people. You're in the game of people, and it's really about understanding people. If you don't have people, you can't move properties. Okay, so people is really the core of this whole process. Okay, if you can build a list of people that are highly targeted, looking for exactly what you have to offer, then the game becomes very easy for you. And that's what I want to break down for you. Okay. So we know we need people. How do you get the product to the people? Well, people is something that we don't have shortage of. Okay. There are over 7 billion people in the world right now. About 3 billion people are on the internet right now. I don't know how many are on the TV, but I can tell you that they are reducing. I don't know how many actually open their direct mail, right, that you're sending to their houses, but I can tell you that it reduces when people are in pre-foreclosure. So the gurus are teaching people to send direct mails to all these public records. Guess what's going on? They're teaching everyone else to do that. So when you do that, you are pretty much competing with everybody else mail. And before you know it, you can dip into your life savings, spend so much money on direct mail marketing and not close a single deal. And before you know it, you're out of business. And that's not how you want to play this game. Okay. That's not how you want to play this game. You will run out of resources. Okay. So the resources here, you have a product to sell. You may say, but Ola, I don't have a product to sell yet. How do I find product? Well, the product again and sell is real estate. Get on the list of all the gurus in your local real estate association list. They have properties sitting on their books right now that they can't move. Okay, they have them, and those are deals that you can close and you can make some money. Okay, so you don't have to be the person finding the deals. Let other people, let the rest of the other people, right, let them go find the deals. Let them spend their life savings on direct mail. Let them find their deals. You know what's going to happen when somebody gets somebody's letters and they finally pick up their letter? You know the first place they go to? They go on Google. They go on Google to do some more research. The question is this: if they go on Google and they do some more research, are they going to find you, your business, or are they going to find this guy's letter or any information about this guy? Are they going to find enough information? Right? Chances are they're not going to find anything. They're going to find another guy who is smart enough, who know this stuff I'm about to share with you right now, and they're going to sign up with that guy, and that guy is going to close the deal. That's what's going to happen. Google is the most trusted anything that has ever happened in the history of mankind. Let me start from the internet. The biggest and the largest and the most fantastic invention of mankind ever is the internet. And guess who the godfather of all that is? Is Google. And right next after that is we have YouTube, and then we have Facebook. And if your presence on these three platforms is zero, it's no wonder why you're spending all this money on direct mailing, bandit signs, and you're not getting any results. You may even be getting calls, but you're not closing deals. All right, because your trust equity in the marketplace, your brand equity is zero. So I'm going to talk about that on number 4 right here. Okay. So the process I like to use what is called attraction marketing. Okay, attraction marketing is essentially the process of you giving value, out giving your competition and value into the marketplace, and the byproduct of that is influence, brand, trust, equity. Okay, money you can cash out. The realest equity in all of this is not even the equity in the real estate. Equity, starting to build equity, start from you, people trusting you and feeling very solid that you're the best person to work with. And if they go online and they can't see any information about you, they're gonna find somebody else. That's number one, right off the bat. They're gonna see your competition, right? But I'm telling you right now, there's actually that not that much competition if you learn the skills that I'm gonna share with you here over the next several points. So, second process, attraction marketing is what I like to use. On the third step here, I'm explaining about the process a little bit further, and I break them down to three C's, and it's create, capture, and convert. Okay, what are we creating? We are creating content that answer your ideal prospects questions. We are creating content that solves your ideal prospect problems. Okay, we're creating what do I mean by content? I'm talking simple article, video, like for example what I'm doing with you right now. If you do enough of this, you're gonna by default, as a byproduct, create a massive brand, trust, equity in the marketplace, because you're showing up all the time with the answers to their question, with the solutions to their problem. You're giving massive value in the marketplace, and you're building equity automatically when you create, right? Which is create number four right here. You say, but all right, I don't even know anything about the business yet. I don't know what I need to be creating in form of content and information. That's a fantastic question. Well, that's where we break that step down into another four steps here, and we call it invest, learn, do, and teach. ILDT. You need to master that. You need to write that at the back of your brain in anything you do henceforth in life. Okay, if you want leverage, if you don't want to work in your business but you want to work on your business, you want to build a massive business with a massive leverage that continue to spit out money even while you're not working. You get $1,000 check, $3,000 commission, 1,000. If you want to do build a business like that, you got to learn ILDT. It's really all about leverage. Okay, teach, you can teach can also be synonymous with team. Okay, if you don't have a team, you're going to fail in the world of entrepreneurship. It's only a matter of time. Even if you've made any money at all, it's only a matter of time. So let me break down ILDT a little further. You invest time and possibly money into learning, which is the second acronym L, learning the game. Okay, and then you do the game. Oh, like, but I don't have any properties. Like, go and find an internship, work with somebody, like check out what everyone else is doing, do some social media posting, ask a guru to help them get rid of their property, post it on social media. That's doing, post it on your social media wall and tell them, hey, if I help you get rid of this, it's $2,000. Just start doing that. Okay, by doing that, you're going to start having people question and ask you questions. When people ask you questions, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to go out there and find the answer. You give them the answer. You're creating content. Now if you document that in the form of articles, videos, you're now doing the teaching. Okay, you're teaching. Not only are you teaching, the people you're teaching can turn out to become team members, and then you can build a massive leverage team where you get to make money off of other people's time. You know what happened to most people when they get into the game of real estate wholesaling? They end up on a job that's camouflaged as a business. Okay, one man business camouflaged as a business. One man business, which is a job, it's kind of like plumbing and things like that, right? Like the S quadrant, like Robert Kiyosaki would call it, right? Camouflaging as a business, and then they end up chasing after themselves. It's a rat race. It's the new rat race. Everybody thinks entrepreneurship is hot right now, like it's popping right now, right? It's all about entrepreneurship. But what they end up in is what I call the new rat race, because when even if they close one deal, they're now looking over their shoulder. They're scared as hell, because the bill guy is coming to collect more bills, and they don't have money to pay bills next month because they made 30 grand last month, but no money is coming in this month. They're lacking cash flow. Right, as opposed to you knocking on other people's door. Who do you think is getting the most? Who do you think is getting knock doors? Sorry, who do you think is getting deals knocking on their door? Is it you that's attending every meetups in the environment, or the person organizing the meetup? The people that organize meetup knows what they're doing. What happens is that they end up attracting most of the deals in the neighborhood because people approach them and say, "Hey, can you help me with this deal? I got this." So if they do it the right way, they actually never have to spend a dime ever again on marketing, because people will bring deal to them because they chose to become a market leader. So when you create content for the marketplace to answer people's questions and to solve people's problems, part of the way of creating that is through meetups. Okay, it's just that when you create content for the internet, it's a lot more leveraged. It has a lot more flexibility. With meetups, now you have to worry about paying for location, events, and things like that. And there are times that's the right time for that. Okay, but I'm telling you, you can get started right now on YouTube and start becoming your own meetup, and people see your content, they start looking at you as a leader in the marketplace. Does that make sense? The fifth step here is capture. You need to capture the audience. Okay, and the way you capture the audience is by simply capturing their attention and building a list of their contact information. Okay, you capture people's attention. Why do you want to capture attention? Well, I'll tell you like this. Attention span is at all-time low. Okay. Why? Because there's over surplus supply of content in the marketplace. But so people can land on your website. So let's say you learn this stuff I'm sharing with you right now, and you have a website, right? People land on your website and they leave because they're seeing another person's video. But there are ways you can capture that audience, capture their attention, build a list of their contact information, so you can serve them even more tomorrow with the new content created, maybe next week, right? So when you create, how often do I like you to create? I recommend to create at least 2 times a week. You can do once a week. Anything less than that, you're not going to have momentum, and we don't have momentum, then you're gonna have a very little hope that you're gonna make something happen. And if you have little hope, it makes the heart weak. That's what the scripture says. And you need momentum. Bottom line, if you're doing this business, or your business, any type of business, too slow, you're gonna quit on yourself and you're gonna waste money. Okay, so you need some kind of momentum, and momentum starts from your input into the world in terms of value, right? Your input into the world is is this value that you're creating right here, and you need to do it at momentum. So when I say momentum, 2 times a week at the very minimum. Personally, I do this at least 5 times a week, and if possible, I do it on Saturday. I think I have a video scheduled for tomorrow morning right now. So, and this week I'm doing, I think I'm doing six. I think typically I'm scheduled for five, to do 5 videos every week. So why? Because this is how I dominate my marketplace. So you're seeing me practice what I preach, literally. Okay. So you capture audience by capturing their attention and building a list. Now, this list building is actually the core of your business. Remember, I said people. You're in the business of people. Okay. You're in the business of moving money and moving real estate, and you can't do that without people, right? Your money is in the hands of another person right now. So you're in the business of people. You're in a media business. You're a marketer. You're not a real estate wholesaler or whatever you think you are. You are in the business of people. Without people, you have no business. Without leads, you have no business. Without traffic of people on the digital hub, a digital property, in other words, a website, a YouTube channel, without people, you're going to run out of business. It's only a matter of time. You know that I'm right because you have your favorite YouTube channels, and you know that when you want to buy something, you go on the internet to review these things. So if people go, the only thing that's better than reviews right now is your own content. If people are searching for reviews about you and then they come across so much more videos, guess what's going to happen? They don't even care about reviews anymore. They just want to feel better. It's all about the feeling. They just want to feel better about doing business with you. And if all you have is just negative reviews, then that's even worse. But if they see you sharing so much content and value into the marketplace, they're gonna feel solid, feel even more rock solid about doing business with you. So fifth step, capture audience by capturing their attention and building a list. And there's a way that you can do that even today without necessarily asking for people's email. And we covered that in details in our masterclass, which you can attend for free at olatalks.com/mastermind. Okay. The sixth step here is convert. You need to convert to sales. All this whole thing needs to convert to money, to revenue, right? Because if you don't have revenue, cash flow in your business, you're missing it. Okay. I'm going to talk more about cash flow on step 7, but let's talk about converting to sales first. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to force themselves to convert sales. They go around the internet asking for the secret to sales conversion. Well, the secret to sales conversion is everything before that. People that get sold on buying from you today, they have to sell themselves. Okay, there's no more chance to be hard selling people. If you can learn all the objection handling tactics you want in the world, if you don't have a filled up pipeline starting from creating massively on a regular basis, if you don't have a pipeline, it doesn't matter. If you have two people came into your website all of last week, it doesn't matter how good you are at converting sales. Chances are you're not going to close any of those two. If you have 10 people, chances are you're not going to close no more than one of them. Okay. So it's really about the numbers game and having a full pipeline. And then even the people coming through the pipeline, the more content you create, the better pre-framed their mind is to do business with you. So all of that process is automated and almost effortless. And that takes me to, so yes, you can convert deals, you can close deals and all those kind of things. You can do all that, but all of that process is taken care of by create and capture automatically. It's getting taken care of by the first two C's. If you do the first two C's properly, you'll be okay with the third C. Step 7, multiple streams of income. Okay, if all you do is close deals, $30,000 every other month, that's one stream of income. You gotta learn how to have multiple streams of income. You know why? Because Best Buy have multiple streams of income. They don't just sell TVs. You don't just sell radios. I don't know if there's anything such as radio anymore, but they don't just sell stereos or whatever you want to call it, electronics. That's not all they sell. If you walk into Best Buy, I guarantee you can walk out of Best Buy with a bottle of water. I guarantee you may even be able to walk out of Best Buy with a magazine. You may even be able to walk out of Best Buy with a piece of chewing gum, right? Gum, right? You may be able to walk out of you may even walk out with anything from the register, earbuds, things that people like, utility stuff, things that people will need every day without having to invest. I mean, just that $1, $2 extra adds up and become millions of dollars that keep businesses in business. You got to have multiple streams of income. Remember what you were doing on step number 5? You were building a list. Some of these people on this list will never buy a real estate from you, but they may buy something else related from you if you learn how to monetize that list. So you need to learn how to monetize that list, multiple streams of income. How do I know? Because Cody Speber, right? Sean Terry, right? All the gurus. Guess what? They sell you courses. Not only do they sell you courses, they sell you affiliate courses from their affiliates, right? From other people that are in the business, because you just never know who is going to attract. If you have a list, that's an asset. That list is the asset. The property, the real estate is not the asset, because actually you never have to own a single property. It's just all about learning how to run a media company, but with a reference point of real estate wholesaling. You have a list, you build a massive list. I was listening to this other guy the other day talking about people don't have to build a list. Don't listen to that, I promise you, because you know why? Because he has 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Guess what that is? That's a list. Okay, if you put out a video and say, hey guys, I have this course I'm doing tomorrow, it's $27. If 1,000 people buy that right there, he just created $27,000. He didn't have to wait to close a deal, to create cash flow. If you know anything about real estate at all, you know that cash flow is king, which is why now a lot of people are gravitating towards buying and holding, because of the name of cash flow. You don't have to wait until you can buy and hold to have cash flow. You can have cash flow starting today if you understand the game of building a list, understand the game, that this game is all about the business of people, the 3 P's: product, people, process. If you understand how to build a list of people and you just facilitate how the product get in the hands of how the product get to the people, right? If you just learn the process, which is the 3 C's: create, capture, convert. You're creating content that becomes soldiers that attract all these people onto your list. Not only will you close deals faster than the average human being in the real estate wholesaling game, you'll close a lot more deals, but you will have cash flow and you don't have to close a property to make money. Okay, you make money even if you don't close a single deal. That's the key here. That's what I call attraction marketing. That's what I call a funded proposal. That's what I call multiple streams of income. You get to create cash flow even without closing a deal yet. But guess what? It actually increases your chances of closing the deal, because people see you as the leader in the marketplace. They run to you to help them close the deal. If somebody come to you and say, hey, oh, I have this probate deal, I don't know how to close it. Can you help me? Guess what you're going to say? You're going to say, yes, I can help you. Let me see. Give me some details. You collect the details. You go back to your contact database, your network, and see who specializes in that. And you partner with them and you make it happen and you make money without even knowing what freaking probate was in the first place. It's all about being the core of the business, how to facilitate the process of connecting product to people. If you understand this, you will win, not just in the game of real estate wholesaling, but in any business that you get into. That's why CNN, any media company continue to win. That's why McDonald's is not in the business of burger. They're just a freaking media to get burgers in the hands of people. Okay, it's just a piece of real estate all over the place. It's just a platform where people can go and plug in Wi-Fi. Why do Starbucks have Wi-Fi in their store? Because they understand they need to have people in there. It's not about this, the coffee. It's not about that. That's just the product. It's understanding the game of people. Does that make sense? So with all of that being said, I teach in our masterclass. I teach the create and the capture and the convert, and I give some case studies. Okay, there's a lot of C's. If you notice, right, it's all about the C's and learning how to use the C's in your business: consistency, commitment, create, capture, convert, and over and over again become a massive brand in the marketplace by default, right? By default, because you're in people's face all the time. Okay, and if somebody doesn't like that, they unsubscribe. They're gone forever. You don't have to see them. You offended nobody, and they get to make their own choice. But the people that really want to be your customer, they stick around even longer. They trust you because you show up every day with new content, which is just answers. There's tons of answers that you can provide to tons of questions out here. You can solve people's problems. Problems show up in different forms sometimes too. I mean, this same question right here, what is wholesale real estate, comes up in different forms. I get to create content over and over about it again. It's the same game, but every single one of those content are unique. They're unique. Okay. So if you want to learn how to attract free traffic, free leads, okay, you want to build a massive list, okay, you want to have endless paid signups for life, both on the side of selling real estate, co-wholesaling real estate, whatever you want to call it, okay, you want to learn all that stuff, how to facilitate, put that whole thing together online and never have to leave the comfort of your home if you don't want to, right? I'm doing a free masterclass, allatalks.com/mastermind. Getting into the real estate wholesaling game is about freedom. Okay, it's about freedom. You can make a whole lot more money as a real estate wholesaler than even investors, because investors have to invest time. They have so much liabilities going on when they hold on to a property. Yes, it's bigger profit, but it's not necessarily true if you understand this game and you put together a nice process to convert people into high paying clients, customers that don't necessarily have to buy from you directly, but because you understand the game of multiple streams of income and building a list, people buy, they get what they want, they buy it. They don't have to buy your face. Somebody may not be able to stand your face, but if they see what they want, they will buy it, and you can make commissions, right? You can make side kicks all over the place just because you understand the game of list building of people. You capture contact information, you capture attention. So if you go over this again, your business is three P's. Any type of business: product, people, process. Process, I use attraction marketing. In other words, I don't chase people around to do business with me. There's more than enough money moving around. All I have to do is create. I become a fisher of men. I put baits, I put food, and I cast nets, and I fish, and then it brings pipeline, it fills up my pipeline. I capture attention, right? Because I keep giving them more, right? And then I convert to sales for the people that want to learn more, people that want more. See, if you give people what they want, they will want more from you, right? They will want more from you at any price that you charge for it. Okay. When you create value. You automatically by byproduct, as a byproduct, right? By default, you have influence, brand, trust, equity. You build into the marketplace. And creating is a very simple step. Okay. I don't know what to say. Well, invest time and possibly money in learning something new every day. Okay, it's just a simple 15 minutes per day, one chapter per day in any book you like. It could be about real estate wholesaling, and then share it in your own way, which is teaching, right? Number, you learn it, right? You do it. Maybe you don't have the luxury of doing it. You don't have to do it. Professors all over the best universities in the world, they don't do what they teach. So the do is optional. Honestly, it's optional. You just have to know the stuff and teach it. Okay. You share it with the world. Now you're creating content. Okay. Create, capture, convert. multiple streams of income. You are in the game of running a business, baby. That's how you stay afloat. Even if a deal doesn't close last month, you still had cash flow coming in because you understand the game of list building. So hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. Right now, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Okay, if you like my video, make sure you give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, still give me a thumbs up. Just do it as, just give me as a charity, right? Right. And make sure you go and reserve a seat on the masterclass, olatalks.com/mastermind. I share some case studies of people that have gone through my training and have success over years, over the past 8 years. Okay. Um, and a lot of nice success story. Okay, so go through that. It's olatalks.com/mastermind. That's where you want to go right now. Reserve a seat time that's suitable for you, and make sure you attend the class mastermind. There's a bunch of downloadable. When you reserve that seat, I'm also sending you a free 3 videos, okay, and some PDFs that comes with it that can help you understand the process even a lot more. Okay, this is a very simple process, but if you don't invest a little bit of time into learning it, it will always seem difficult, and then your competition will end up passing you by. Okay, it's just investing a little bit of time, and time is the most expensive commodity in the world, and you can't get it back. So you must just invest it in learning something that will become equity, intellectual equity for you, and you can cash out on it all day long for the rest of your life. All right, so hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. All right, I will see you on the next video, and bye for now.